Hi, and welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name is Jenny Senaputtaratna. I want you to grab your favorite drink and get a snack, and then we're going to get started. Today, I am drinking a little Coca-Cola, woot, and I'm eating, which finally came in the mail, chili cheese Frito. Small little bag, amazing, here we go. So let's get real. We have been talking a little bit here and there about the fruit of the Spirit. If you haven't heard any of the other ones, you might want to go back. But we're going to talk about self-control. Now, I was really hesitant to be drinking Coca-Cola and eating my chili cheese Fritos when we're talking about self-control. Because when you think about self-control, one of the main things we have to think about is our diet and what we put into our body and how often we exercise. And yes, that is part of self-control. Absolutely. How do I have self-control in those areas? Because I honestly could drink enough Coca-Cola to fill a bathtub. I absolutely love Coca-Cola, actually more than I love tea. Shh, don't tell anybody. But Cherry Coke, that is what my husband had when he picked me up to get engaged. He picked me up in a limousine when we were getting engaged, and there was Cherry Coke in the limousine waiting for me. I don't know how much more romantic you can get. Yes, the limo was amazing, and the one thing I remember is the Cherry Coke. So I love Cherry Coke. So one of the ways that I have self-control there is I only buy the little ones, the teeny tiny mini cans. That is enough to take away a little bit of a headache, or a little bit of just give me a little caffeine, or just kind of give me a little bit of that sugar. And with the chili cheese Fritos, cannot eat the whole bag. Maybe I could. It's not a good plan, which is why I bought the little snack size one. So that's how I have self-control there. So I'm like, you know what? That does fit with our theme today. But really, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. The Lord gives us the Holy Spirit. And when He gives us the Holy Spirit, there's so many things that we have in our lives. And you see the fruit of them, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Now, I don't know why God put self-control at the end. Other than it's the one that maybe I struggle with the most, because I always equate it to my diet and my weight. Now, we all know that I'm a fluffy girl. I'm not super skinny. I probably never will be. And so when you see someone that isn't super skinny, you don't go, oh boy, they have a ton of self-control. It's really hard to be someone that has a lot of self-control, because I really do have a lot of self-control when it comes to food. But in other parts of my life, let's not even go there. I guess we are going there. Self-control is the ability to control oneself, whether it's emotions or expression of them, restraint, moderation, coolness, willpower. Self-control really is about restraint and moderation. And when you think about this as the fruit of the Spirit, it's kind of an odd one, in my opinion, because the rest really have a lot to do with, things that other people can see, right? Other people can see your joy. Other people can see your love. Other people can even see your peace. Not a lot of people can see your self-control, because no one knows what's going on in your head and what you really want to be doing that you're restraining yourself from doing. Have you ever been in a grocery store? I know we all have been. And some of us have had that kid that is on the ground screaming like a banshee because they want something or they don't want something, and they just scream and yell. Right? You're in the grocery store line and they're like, Mom, I want this candy bar. And they're just hysterical. Now, I have been in the grocery store line and I have not eaten dinner, and all I want to scream is, hurry up, I want this candy bar. But you learn self-control. No one knows what kind of self-control you actually have. It's one of the fruits that people can see it, but they can't see it as well as you can see it in your own life. Does that kind of make sense? Maybe a little odd. But the rest of the fruits of the Spirit, other people can really tell. This one is an inner reflection in my life, maybe not in everybody's life, but in my life, no one knows how much self-control I really have. Because there are days you just want to curl up in a ball and scream at the top of your lungs, or run down the street and go, someone, okay, maybe none of you are there. Maybe that's just my days. When I think of the fruit of the Spirit, self-control, I think about the woman with the issue of blood. Now, you are going, oh, Jenny, where are you going with this? But she was sick for 12 years, and I have been sick for all of my life. Ever since I was a teenager, I have struggled with different issues all over the place. And my body has learned that when it's stressful, turn it in and get sick. That's what it does. I'm trying to train it differently, and I know I'm going to get 100 people telling me what to do. I'm working on it. But I understand this woman with the issue of blood. She was desperate for healing. She was desperate for an answer. She had a life that none of us want, of isolation and frustration, and she was poor because she had spent all of her money getting every essential oil out there and trying to get everything in her life, and it never worked. And I have been there. I have been to doctor after doctor and listened to this treatment and this shake and that essential oil, and none of it has worked. So I understand her desperation. And then you hear of a man called Jesus. And I see such self-control in her. It amazes me how much self-control she had. Because if you heard of Jesus and how many healings he had done, would you have quietly, secretly gone into the crowd, touched his hem to be healed? Or been like me and screamed and yelled and gone, Jesus, I'm over here. I need a healing. Jesus, 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 Jesus. She showed such self-control that she did not make a spectacle. And you know what? I'm not really a big spectacle maker, but some days I have to use a lot of self-control to not be a spectacle maker. Okay, I cry when I get super excited, so I do cry a lot. So if you ever see me at my daughter was in a parade and she was playing the flute in the marching band, and she went by and everybody else is yelling and screaming, and I have tears just streaming down my face because I'm so happy. So that is my... That's the way I show joy. So I don't normally make a huge spectacle. I just start weeping uncontrollably. So I do need a little bit more self-control in conquering those tears for when she, walks down the aisle. I'll just don't even go to mom because mom's a mess. Self-control is something that God can give us more of. And I don't just mean in your eating habits, because that's not really what this is about. Self-control can be about your thought process, can be about what you're thinking about. And that's what I'm working on, is my thought process. I need to take captive every thought and bring it to the Lord. That's a biblical principle, that you take captive every thought and bring it to the Lord, because my thoughts are not always good. And that's where I need more of God's fruit of the Spirit, self-control, is my thoughts are very negative towards myself. And I need the Lord to come in and help me with that. So I know that many of us struggle with other people's lack of self-control, right? That's kind of like, we're like, well, Lord, give them more self-control. Lord, help them. And I want you to look in today. I want you to look in and say, Lord, where do I need more self-control? What area of my life have I not brought to you? And that's really what I think self-control is it's bringing it to the Lord and saying, Lord, is this pleasing to you? Every time before I start a podcast, I do say and I pray with my true heart, Lord, may the meditation of my heart and the words be pleasing to you. And I do not do that with my thoughts. And so self-control today for me means my thoughts. And am I taking them to the Lord? I can get really excited about something that I think of or I see on Pinterest. Yes, I do love Pinterest. I get really excited about something and then I spend hours planning this out and I never go, is this a good use of my time? Is this going to financially be a good plan? I just never take the time. Not that it's fine. You can go on tangents like that. But to consciously take time and bring things before the Lord and say, Lord, does this work for us? Is this something that maybe I should be doing? Should I be having this thought? Should I be watching this show? Should I be, having self-control? Because there are a lot of shows out there that you can just zone out to and not realize what's coming into your heart. And you need self-control to turn that off and find something else. Find some other music. Find some other book. What are you letting into your life? Self-control is about what you let in sometimes and what you're not bringing it back to God. That is all I have for you today. I know that this was not a fun one. But I know that I need the Lord to cleanse and be part of my thought process and the things that I bring in, because as it seeps out, it comes out of my heart. My words come out of where I'm coming from in my heart, and I want them to be pleasing to the Lord. And self-control and having the Holy Spirit give me more self-control is part of that. Here we are. You can find us at Real Life with Jenny on Instagram and Facebook. You can also find us at christconnection.cc/Jen. I would love to connect with you on either of those and all three of those places. You can connect with me if you'd like me to come out and speak with the ladies of your church or your organization and just share that God's got a bigger plan than what we're going through. I'm excited for the self-control that you're going to find this week in maybe a small area. Let's really seek after those fruits of the Spirit as He makes us better people and maybe more fun to be around. You all have a great week.